The Torah Podcast with Michael Brooks. All right, here we go. Back and better than ever. This is the Torah Podcast. More importantly, this is the Geschmack of Art. I have such effervescent, happy, jolly memories of my yeshiva days. I really do. It was such a long time ago. Waking up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to take on the day. Ready to dive deep into the depths of the Talmud. We would first start with a morning Seder, then have a shir from the great Rosh Yeshiva, Reb Nosson Stein, and then we would have lunch. Now, lunch was always exciting. There was one yeshiva bacher who was in charge of serving the lunch. Sundays, the caterer would bring in a quiche-like substance, Monday falafel. Tuesday, I don't remember, and Wednesday, everyone knows Wednesday. Wednesday's the famous pizza day. Pizza, which was delivered hot and fresh from a pizza place in town. Everyone who's been to Reb Nosson Stein's yeshiva, they know about pizza day. It's a chag. Something interesting happens every single pizza day. Some people, on their way where they walk calmly out of the yeshiva shir room into the dining room to calmly select their slice of pizza, as 120 young men would do, some bacharim select one slice, some 2 slices, some 8 slices. Some roll it up and eat it like a wrap. I kid you not. Some have half a slice. Me, myself, I had 2 slices. But it quickly became clear that people filled up on pizza at different times, depending on probably their size or their metabolism, as they say. Some people needed more to be full. But it was very odd. There were some people that were very small, had small bellies, seemed to be, yet they could eat tons and tons of pizza. And some people were large and only wanted 1 slice of pizza. The idea of being satisfied from the food that we eat is very interesting. The Torah sheds some light on this in the 3rd pasuk of this week's Parsha. V'yochaltem lachmechem l'soiva. And if you follow God's statutes, then you will eat your bread to satiety. You shall eat your bread and you will become full. You will become blessed. Rashi comments that the food will literally be blessed in our bellies. A little bit, even a morsel of bread, will be able to fill us because it will be blessed. Rabbi Yerucham Levovitz, the great spiritual dean of Yeshivas Mir, during the roaring 20s, tells us that it's clear from Rashi that the fullness that we experience after food, the satiety that we all crave from our food, the quenching of our thirst after we drink a cup of water, is a separate bracha completely and entirely from the food and drink that we consume. It's one bracha number 1, the food and the enjoyment we get. There's a second entirely separate bracha of being full from it. This brings to mind the Mishnah in Avos. It's really a concept that is makif kol hatera kula, all facets of life. You could have all the blessings in the world. You could have all the money in the world. But yet, Ezehu asher hasameach bechelko, the mission of us tells us, without understanding your blessings and feeling wholesome and being thankful for them, without reaching Saive'ah, you really have nothing. If you're Bill Gates and you have $1 billion, if a person is content with that, thankful, full of gratitude, then he really is a rich man. If a person has $1 billion, but as the Gemara tells us, then you want double of what you have, then in truth, you're really the poorest of all men. The richer you are, the more that you want. Being full is such an important part of our brachos. How many brachos do we have that we're actually abundant in our life, but the only thing we're really lacking is seve'ah, to be content, to understand the blessings that we have. Instead of davening that, God, I want more, where that's only going to add to our problems, including myself, because we're still going to continue to want more and be unsatisfied, I believe, and I think it's clear from these psukim, that we need to daven, that we should feel gratitude to what we do have. Thank you, Hashem, and please make this bread in my belly make me feel full. I don't want to have to roll up an entire pie of pizza and eat it like a wrap. I want 1 slice to please fill me up. Thank you, Hashem, for this $250,000 a year or $100,000 a year salary. It's enough to pay my bills and for me to do everything that I possibly want. Please let me see that, God. There is no mitzvah to bench even mid'oraisa, as the verse tells us, ve'achalta v'sovata, we must be satisfied, uve'rachta. We don't paskin like that lahalacha. I believe you even a kazayas we bench. But a wise, handsome, strapping adult figure in my life, a role model of mine with a terrific golf swing, once told me that it's possible to be wealthy and poor at the same time. And conversely, you can have zero wealth and be even richer than Rothschild. Reassess your assets with this perspective. Rashi says, and the quoting a medrash, and it's on this pasuk. Look at it. V'achaltem lach bechem l'soiva. You will eat, and there'll be a special blessing if you follow God's statutes, and you'll be satiated. You'll feel full, because after all, that's all that we want. So pray for wealth, pray for abundance, and then pray to enjoy these blessings. Pray that the blessings that you already have, that we should be able to enjoy. That way we'll feel content, we'll feel wholesome, we'll feel happy. Or as Rashi said it best, pray that the bread be blessed in our bellies.